not important. Is for to see you,
Oh, thank you. How nice of you.
and say hello and good holiday, good.
Thank you. How nice of you. But you know what? This is not the last lesson of this class. B1B is today and also the next week. Let me check. Because it started. Yes, it's also next Wednesday, the 25th of May. Because it started 1 week later. Plus, there was a day, I think, during Easter holidays, which we could do Wednesday, the other class, but not this one. So anyway, this is class number 11, and the last one will be next week on the 25th of June. So if you want to come the last one on the 25th of June next week, you're very welcome as well.
Thank you. And today I don't firmare, put my.
Why not? Why not?
I remain only half an
because
hour.
You are on the other, because you stay only for 1 hour, but it doesn't matter.
Because then I have a problem with my sister, but
yes,
I go
but
out.
You can still sign. Don't worry, you can still sign the presence. But you are on the other course.
Exactly.
Okay. Right.
The certification of the hours arrive.
That will be issued on the first week of June, because after the course has finished, we still have to wait for 1 week in case somebody wants to see the recording of the lessons and sign the presence. So, and then they issue all the certificates.
I have finished.
So first week of June, it'll be. Okay.
And the certificate arrive in the mail? Yes.
Yes, by email. It will be sent by email for sure. I don't know exactly, but it's logical. You'll get it by email for sure. Yeah. Yes.
I have. I saw the lesson that I lost.
Yes.
A month ago, yes. I lost.
You missed a lesson, and you saw it recorded. Well done. Did you send the presents?
Yes.
Good. So you have signed all your presences.
Yes. All.
Good. Okay.
All the
but nevertheless, they will issue the certificates all together on the first week of June. So
I think I saw all the lessons.
Good. Thank you very much indeed.
I think, I hope in June I hope to
try the exam.
Yeah, no, exam. Try to do the exercises.
Oh, the exercises, yes. Even during the summer. Yes, even during the summer, I'm here. Don't you worry. If you want to send me things to correct, I'll be very happy to correct them for you. And if you need anything, you've got my email, you've got my number. Don't you worry. Send me everything. I will correct them for you without any problems. Actually, with great pleasure.
Because when I go out in some places, I try to speak, but
that's the best thing to do. That's the best thing to do. Practice. And don't you worry, if you make mistakes, it doesn't matter. As long as you understand people and you make you understandable, it's perfect. Don't worry.
At school, I try to see with my students some little video, Martin Luther
Videos.
King,
Yeah. To watch
Gandhi,
some videos, yes.
in English, and
Yes,
with
yes.
the subtitles.
Subtitles, yes.
And I try to to watch before to go to school for
Yes.
remember
Yeah.
for
To help your children as well. Were you with me last year when we did all the things which could be done in the primary school classes, primary and middle school as well?
middle. I teach at middle school, scuola
Yeah,
media.
you teach in a middle school, yes. But did you attend my classes last year?
No.
Last year, I had some courses on things to be done in class, both for the primary school and for the middle school teachers. You know, videos, songs, activities that you could implement in your classes in English.
I could
And
find in
you can find all of that, yes, for sure, on the web page of Europol. Yes, for sure. And yes, and some of them are really very useful because they're all short videos and activities and so on. Yeah.
I try with the students of third years,
year.
terza media.
Yes. Yeah.
History, geography, Gandhi, the India,
Yes. For example, the movie on Gandhi, it's a very, very clear to understand, very good English, and you could watch the movie on Gandhi, on Gandhi's life.
The important film, 3 hours. Is
Yes,
I
yes,
saw, but
you
my
saw it.
oh yeah, and my students some years ago, the students saw better
in Italian.
than now. Now I try a month ago. I tried, but the students after an hour
got tired because maybe it's in English. It's tiring for them. Maybe they saw it in Italian, and now
I try an hour in English, and then I put Italian.
Switched to Italian.
Italian, but then they were tired the same, because the students now are very
have a short time of attention.
Yes.
Yes. They are not able to keep attention for a long time anymore. Yeah, it's a very fast life.
And it's difficult for me because 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I read for 20, 30 minutes with the students, and now 10, 15 minutes, and then change.
Yes, they have a very short concentration time. Yeah. They cannot concentrate for a long time. Yes, I've noticed it myself. Life has become so fast, and information are, arrives so fast that they are not able to concentrate for a long time anymore. Yeah. Hi, Elisabetta, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Hi, Maria
We're talking about.
Hi, Anna Maria.
Okay, we were talking about people being able to concentrate for a long time, especially young students. Yes, I've already noticed it. And that's, once upon a time, I mean some 10 years ago, I noticed the difference between, because I also work as a guide, and I noticed the big difference between Italian students and, for example, American students. Italian students were much better able to concentrate and pay attention. American students were used to activities, doing activities. They weren't able to concentrate on what you were saying for more than 5-10 minutes, and then they got lost. You continuously had to ask questions, make them act, make them do something. Now, the same thing is happening with our students. Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah. It's everything has become more, how can I say, experiential, which is good, but you also need to be able to concentrate sometimes in life, and they are losing this capability.
And when I speak in the class, or I tell them information, history, geography, and some news. 2 days after, 2 days, if
The day after, the following day, they have
they,
forgotten everything.
I pretend I want
Expect, yes.
I expect, or I want that they write some information on the
Notes.
exercise book, and
Yes.
so we read,
Yes.
or we see another
They
time.
Yes, taking notes is very useful, because you know, it's when you look back at them, you are reminded of all what was said. So taking notes is very useful. Yes, yes. But it's true, people are becoming less and less able to concentrate. I noticed that myself. Yes. What do you think, Elisabetta? Did you notice such a thing?
But I don't know, because I don't teach, and and for me is quite impossible to see
Notice.
this thing. I can only say that sometimes about some conference relations.
Relationship.
Conference.
Conference.
Conferences.
Lectures, yes. Lectures. Yeah.
It is quite easy that the public
Audience, yes.
audience starts to
Fell asleep.
distract. Yes.
Yes, get distracted, and yeah.
In this cases, in this case, I think that the problem is the person who speaks, because
Yeah, it can be, of course, it can
yes.
be, because sometimes some speakers are so boring.
Yes.
They never change the tone of their voice, you know, always monotone, and they really make you sleep. But sometimes it's also a matter of capability of concentrating.
Yes, it's true.
Sometimes it's also simply a matter of oxygen. For example, if all the windows are closed and there are, I don't know, 25, 30 children in a room, after a while, you know, the oxygen really is not enough. And so simply opening the windows could be, you know,
yes,
something, yes, helpful. But generally speaking, I have noticed that people today tend to be less and less able to concentrate for a long time. Yeah.
Io per prima, myself.
Yes, I myself. Yeah.
I myself.
But that's, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because, I mean, it's also a question of age. I am not able to
yes.
concentrate as I used to do when I was at university, for example.
Yes.
Because at university, I could remember many, many things, and now it's more difficult for me to remember all the things. And so sometimes I read, I understand, I am concentrated, but then should I make a summary? I can't remember exactly what, you know, what were the main points. And I didn't have this problem when I was at university. I remembered everything. I had a great memory for everything. Nowadays, I have a more selective memory. I memorize only what I am interested in or what I think is, you know, to the point, the important for what I am studying. All the rest is a little bit left apart.
Yes, it's
And
true.
yes, so, but that's, I think it's obvious, you know, with the age, you tend to have a, you know, especially short time memory decreases. You might remember, you know, what you did years before and not being able to remember what you did 5 minutes ago.
Yes, yes, it's true.
Especially short time memory, you know, capability decreases with the age.
My
But
memory, excuse me.
no, you go, yeah.
My memory is very, very bad.
It's normal, Elisabetta. Mine too. I
But
am.
Ma you are young rispetto a me, you are young rispetto, non so.
In comparison with me.
Ecco,
in comparison with me.
With me.
No, I'll be 60 this year. Yes. On the 2nd of September, I'll turn 60. 60! I can't believe it.
You are younger than me because on the 23rd of April, I made a computer.
I turned
69 years.
I turned 69. So you see, it's only natural. I mean, yes. It's obvious. It's obvious. Anna Maria is the youngest one here. How old are you, Anna Maria? If you want to tell us, otherwise
yes. It doesn't. 54 now.
54.
And yeah. In December, 55.
Yes, you turn 55 in December. Yes, I was telling. Yeah, I was telling Elisabetta. In my
school, I'm not the younger or youngest. The youngest. I'm not.
No. Actually, to be honest, for a job like teaching, like being a teacher, 55 is a good age to go to retire, because you need a lot of energies to keep a class of 25, 30 students. Really, you need a lot of energy. And you must keep up to date to, you know, according to about their interests and things, to be able to teach effectively. And so when you're over 50, you start to be not so energetic, not so, you know, lively as you used to be when you were, I don't know, 30, 35. So personally, I think that you are a good teacher till 50. Then you should slowly decrease and be, you know, yes, and teach and take somebody else with you and work together, so that they learn from your experience and you take advantage of their energies. Because when you're 54, 55, 56, you don't have the energies to teach.
The problem sometimes is the gap between me and the young students, because I couldn't to listen the music that they
Exactly, exactly.
and
Yes,
I'm not near, and it's difficult sometimes
yeah,
to
yes,
teach because they are
yes,
in
yes.
another place,
In
and
another word.
sometimes I I ask to help me to know, a capire, a
To
comprendere,
understand, yes.
to
I
understand.
ask them to help me understand their, age, their tastes and so on. Yes, yes. That's also a problem. Energies plus you are out of date, you're not up to date with them, and you are not able to, how can I say, to have a relationship, an effective relationship with them. Uh, and so you're not somebody they can look up to because you're old, and you're not somebody to admire, to learn from. And this contributes to your capability of transmitting knowledge. Because if you are appreciated by the children, somebody they look up to look up to vuol dire ammirare, che vogliono imitare, che apprezzano, che vogliono imitare, they learn much more. But if you're not considered as somebody to look up to, they automatically you are connected with the subjects you teach. So if they love you, they will love your subject. If they don't care about you, they will not care about your subject. And if you're not how can I say, in tune with them, if you're not up to date with their tastes and interests, and they won't care about you, and they won't care about your subject. So that's why I think that you are a good teacher till the age of 50. Then you should have somebody younger with you, so that the young teacher learns from your experience. Because when I was very young and started to teach, I made a lot of mistakes. I realized that now, I didn't expect, I don't know, I didn't have children. So many things I gave for granted was not granted for them, poor children. It was very difficult for them to learn things which were obvious to me, Now I understand I made a lot of mistakes. If I had someone working with me and telling me, listen, calm down. They're only 10, 11, 12. They are not still able to, they're not yet able to understand this thing. It's too difficult for them. I would have been a better teacher. And, but when you're 50, 51, 52, you have the experience, you know what to expect and what to ask from them, how to relate to them, but you don't have the energies anymore. And the gap is too big. You are out of tune with them. So they will not look at you as somebody to learn from, but somebody, okay, they have to learn these things because they will be evaluated on that. There will be a vote, there will be a certificate, and so on and so on, but not really something they are interested in. So, and that's bad, because of course, learning passes through the relationship. If they admire you and love you, they will want to learn what you teach. If they consider you too old and not really interested, your subject will not be really interesting for them.
Right.
So, but that's the point. Yeah. What do you think, Anna Maria?
It's every day I try to. I arrive in the class with some new ideas.
Idea.
I ask to young teachers this morning, a young teacher, 28, and a young teacher of Motoria.
Physical education, yes.
Physical education.
Yeah.
And he is potenziamento, abbiamo un aiuto, ore aggiuntive.
Yes, a supporter teacher, a supporting teacher.
And I try to collaborate,
yes,
to work,
to cooperate with her.
And so the students, for the students, is better.
It was better. Yes, yes, exactly.
Sometimes I ask other teacher to come in my class to read a part. 2 months ago, we read some
you read some text
yes, of Manzoni,
passages,
Promessi Sposi, but not only on the book, with the dialogue.
Okay, fantastic. Yes.
And the students are
yes, were more involved. Yes.
But it's difficult today to have ideas for.
Yes, and you need the time and support and sometimes even money, and you don't get all this in schools. So, yeah, it's all very much left to the goodwill of the single teacher. There isn't a real supportive, how can I say, environment.
And in this year, the problem was the
pandemic.
Yes, in January, February, some students in class, 2, 3 at home.
That's crazy.
Even last week, 1. 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, another one student.
Yeah.
Is a problem.
It's really difficult because the way you teach in presence is different from the way you teach online. And when you have some pupils in presence, some others online, it's really crazy, really. It's yes, they don't know what they're talking about when they say you can do that. I would invite Bianchi to come in class and try and do that and see how it works, if it works, because it's not easy at all. It's very, very difficult. So, yeah. Yes, unfortunately, teachers are often left alone in, facing all the problems they have to face. It's not a very supportive environment, unfortunately. And we have the best teachers, I have to say, because really, I have seen many schools abroad, and teachers are there simply do their job, and they are very much supported. In Italy, teachers have a great, how can I say, will to improve, do better, transmit the knowledge, but day after day, they have to face so many problems and so many difficulties, especially also bureaucracy, forms to fill in, and these kind of things that they really are exhausted at the end of the day. And the real fact of teaching comes last. Sometimes you have so many things to do that the teaching becomes last, you know. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Which is a real pity. Yeah. I know. Anyway, what about the world of journalism, Elisabetta? Because she was a journalist.
I love my job. I love my job very, very, very much. I worked for L'Arena, and I worked in different settori.
Fields. Dipende cosa vuoi dire. Fields.
Sì, yes.
Fields.
Because I worked, for example, for Cronaca, for
yeah,
economy, for
yes,
sports, but my longest experience was about entertainment, theater, and cinema.
Ah, wow.
And so it was a very, very
rewarding,
wonderful and grateful experience.
Yes, rewarding experience. So rewarding, yes, gratificante.
Ah, ecco, rewarding.
Yes.
Okay.
Rewarding, yes.
Because for many years it happened to interview some very famous and very handsome actors. For example, Bradley Cooper some years ago, or
wow.
Joaquin Phoenix, or Jeremy Irons, or Denzel.
Did they come to Verona, or did you go?
No. All of.
So you traveled a lot.
All of them went to Festival of the Cinema of Venice, and I was there for my newspaper, and so every day I have to write some reviews about some press conferences, or about some films, and those were very, very rewarding and wonderful years.
I can imagine, yes. Would you like to do that, Anna Maria?
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful, isn't it? Yes.
I think, but last week or 10 days ago in Verona, there was un lutto in the cinema actor, 60 years. Do you know Vandelli?
Yes.
Vandelli.
Yes. Roberto Vandelli was the husband of one of my best friends, and Isabella Caserta, who is an actor and the director of Teatro Scientifico Laboratorio, and I worked in the past with her, and in this period I'm working with her. It was a tragedy, because his death happened suddenly.
Yes, what happened to him?
And polmonite.
Yes.
Polmonite, but not COVID. Not COVID.
Not COVID.
Some lung problem. Lung problem. Yes.
The family said that he had in Italian we say polmonite fulminante.
Oh my God.
I listen because my brother, my figlio, son, my son have the same age of the son of Vandelli.
Okay.
Was
But,
the same age.
the
Yes.
same age, not the same school. Last year, they had the same music interesting.
Yes, interesting
interesting.
music. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And,
So they knew each other. Yeah, they knew
but
each other.
my son is it was a very sad.
Yes, very sorry about that.
Because oh
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. I can imagine.
It was a
Okay,
tragedy.
so mourning è il lutto. Ve l'ho scritto sulla chat, mourning. So there was a mourning. La vedete la chat?
Sì.
yes.
Ok. Poi lung problem, un problema ai polmoni. Polmonite sarebbe pneumonia, pneumonia. Scritto come l'ho messo sulla chat, pneumonia.
Okay.
And don't you forget that sun is written with a O, but it's pronounced with an A, sun.
Okay.
Like San Francesco, sun.
Okay.
Okay. I know it's harder to believe your son is a saint, but
But
yes.
my son, the surname is San Felice.
Oh, why? Because he's always happy.
Yeah.
No, but my husband is San Felice, but not San Felice. It's together.
One
San
word,
Felice.
yes, one
San
word,
Felice.
one word.
But the friends sometimes
Call him
are,
San Felice. Yeah. Yes, it's one word actually, but they behave as if it were two words. San from saint and Felice from happy. But it's one word actually, altogether. Yeah. So he died of pneumonia. My God. I think it's connected with COVID though. Because I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know anything about medicine. So, but
this was a drama because all the event happened in 2 days.
wow. He was okay, and then in 2 days he died.
Yes.
My God. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they should have put him under artificial breathing, this kind of thing. Maybe they did, who knows.
Pazzesco, how do you say pazzesco?
It's crazy. It's incredible. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah. My God. Sometimes, I mean, it's destiny, fate or destiny, è la stessa cosa. Well, it's better than going on for years suffering of some cancer or something like that, for example. But nevertheless, yeah. Okay, let's talk about something, you know, happier. Nicer.
Excuse me, because I listen the cinema in the Verona, and
you connected it with this
this name.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And would you have liked to be a teacher, Elisabetta?
Excuse me, can you repeat it?
Would you have liked to be a teacher? Ti sarebbe piaciuto essere un insegnante?
Many years ago, about when I finished the liceo classico. And in the first years of university, I taught in the summer in a particular school. I taught Latin and Greek for some students who had
to make up for, yes, to make up for come si può dire in italiano, recuperare.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. To teach, taught. I've written it on the chat. To make up for, yes.
To make up
for some children who needed to revise the lessons to make up for, you know, the parts, the missing parts. Yes. And did you like it?
I remember that experience as a quite good experience, but I couldn't. I imagine that I couldn't be a teacher because I'm not patient, and and I'm not patient, and I don't love some kinds of students very much.
That's what I was telling you. If you learn to appreciate the students, patience comes. Because when you understand the person and see his or her difficulties, and you understand how, you know, their way of thinking and so on, you become more patient because you tune in with them, you tune in. Come si vede in italiano? Accordarsi sarebbe, ti metti sulla stessa lunghezza d'onda, capito? So you become patient because you understand their difficulties, you understand them. But of course, if you don't like them, you don't understand them, you cannot be patient. because you need a lot of patience sometimes.
I think so. Excuse me, Maria Pia, can you repeat the meaning of to make up for?
Compensare qualcosa. Quindi, per esempio, if you are behind in your math exercises, you can make up for it. Se sei dietro con la matematica, con l'esercizio di matematica, puoi,
in
questo senso, o revise anche, rivedere, ripassare. Sì, to make up for vuol dire compensare, anche in generale, per esempio, I don't know, sorry, I lost your present, but to make up for it, I bought another one. Per esempio, per compensare te ne ho comprato un altro. Right, so Anna Maria would have liked to be a journalist, especially in the field of entertainment, soprattutto nel campo dell'intrattenimento. And Elisabetta would have liked to be a teacher every now and then for some students.
In a dream, I have a dream to work in the theater.
Oh, really?
But only a dream, because I haven't the opportunity to enter into
an extra company. Yes.
Yes, but now mai dire mai.
Yeah, never say never.
Say
exactly. Never say never. Never say never.
Because
your dream job was as an actress.
But not important, not important actress, but to
work as an actress.
To
play in a theater.
Okay.
Play vuole anche dire recitare, non solo giocare. To play in a theater. Recitare.
And now there are a lot of opportunity, but I haven't the time in the evening, 8, 9 o'clock in the evening to go out and return and
be part of a company. Yes, you could do that.
Yes, but now with the school, the family,
yes, it's something you do when you're young. At our age, too many, things to do, and you have no time to, to pick up another activity.
But
Until you are retired. Elisabetta, for example, now is retired.
Yes.
So she has more time. And what do you do in your free time?
I've started to attend to some courses of lecture, reading of theatrical reading with Teatro Scientifico, because I wanted to win my shy timidezza.
Yes. Your shyness.
My shyness.
Yes.
And so I tried some years ago.
Acting courses, acting classes.
Okay.
To act as an actor, to act, acting classes. Lezioni di recitazione. I don't think you're particularly shy, Elisabetta. Are you shy?
No, I'm very shy. Yes.
Not with me. I'm happy you can talk then.
No, I was very, very shy, and now I'm a little,
overcoming it.
Un po' meno.
Overcoming it. Lo stai superando la cosa. You're growing out of it.
I'm trying to overcome it.
You're growing out of it. Crescendo, come si può dire in italiano? To grow out of something, in italiano sarebbe...
Superarlo.
Sì, superarlo crescendo, capito? Cresci e superi questa difficoltà. To grow out. You are overcoming it. Yes, growing out of it. So I'm very happy because with me, you speak a lot in English. And if you are a shy person, that means that you feel comfortable with me. So thank you very much indeed.
But I think that you are a very good and very good teacher, and a very nice person.
Oh, thank you.
It's only my pensiero e thought.
Opinion. Yes, it's your opinion. Yeah.
Yes.
Your feeling.
Me too.
Okay. Let's go.
Today I am here for Maria.
To say goodbye.
Because
last time, yes, because last time it was our last lesson and Anna Maria couldn't be with us, so she came on purpose today only to say goodbye, have a nice holiday. I'm very moved by that. I'm very moved, sono molto commossa. To be moved, essere commossi.
Excuse me, can you repeat growing out of it? What's the meaning?
Per esempio, perdere una brutta abitudine o insomma migliorarsi crescendo, capito?
Okay. Thank you.
So I was very shy when I was a girl, but I'm growing out of it now. Ero molto timida quando ero una ragazzina, ma adesso crescendo sto cambiando, ecco, sto migliorando. Questo è il senso di grow out of something. Yeah. Okay. Do you sometimes teach some subject, I don't know, geography, history, Italian, in cooperation with the English teacher, Anna Maria?
Little, very little.
Why? Because it could be a good idea, you know.
But we haven't the same hours, because
I know.
if I am in a class,
of course, she's in another class, but you can still organize a job to be done together, and they can do part of the job in your class and part of the job during the English classes.
Okay, it's difficult, but we try to find some
common ground. Okay, no, sorry. Common ground, qualcosa in comune.
Yes, in the geography book, so there is sometimes a text in English.
Exactly.
Globalization.
About globalization, okay. Yes, about and green economy, yeah.
The students eat, and then my colleague asked them some information of geography.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
this year it is more, it's important, very important for the exam oral in scuola media, middle school.
The middle school, yeah.
It's
to
very
be able
important
to connect,
to speak a part of the oral exam in English for the students.
Good. Because they don't have the written part. Yes. They have changed the exam. There's no more a written exam for English. There used to be Italian, math, and second language, usually English. But now there's no more the written part in English. So they have to do it orally, and speaking, yeah.
In February, there was a decreto,
yeah.
And now the English teacher is very
worried, happy.
Yes,
both happy and worried. Oh my God!
Yes, because all the class have to study.
Yeah.
Good an argument.
Yes.
And sometimes the argument is collegato with the
connected to geography. Yes, argument in inglese vuol dire litigio. Litigio. Argomento in italiano diventa topic. The topic is connected with maybe geography or history. Yes, the topic they bring in English can be connected with other subjects. Yeah. Yes. That's good. That's good. As usual, it's fantastic if you, how can I say, if you prepare your children to do that. If it comes out of the blue, it's no more good. I remember when my daughter had the exam of the secondary school. They had never done it, and out of the blue, they decided that year that they had to choose choose a piece of paper with a topic, might be, I don't know, volcanoes, and they had to talk about that topic, connecting it with all the subjects. And it's a good idea because it opens up your mind, helps you make connections and so on. But if you're used to it during, for 5 years, then you can do an exam like that. But if you go to the exam and out of the blue, you are given a topic and you have to connect all the subjects, it's not easy,
Oh, yes.
It's not easy at all. So they are all very good ideas, but they should be implemented when the children are given the time to prepare and to develop an ability in doing that kind of exam. Otherwise, poor people, what can they do?
I have a lot of maps because I teach history, geography, Italian. I help my students to prepare, and is for some people, for some girls are simple, but some boys sometimes it's difficult.
Find it very difficult, yes. Some girls can find it quite easy, doable, let's say doable, fattibile, fare, doable, fattibile. I wouldn't say easy, but doable. But for some boys, it can be very difficult. Yes. Yeah, it's not easy. So it's one of the abilities you can develop. So if you start from the beginning to work on it, by the end, you have developed a way of, doing these kind of things, and you can do it quite easily. But if you have never tried before and you're, brought to an exam with this thing to do, it's not easy out of the blue, it's very difficult. So when they think about these things, they should think for the following year at least something like the following year the exam will be based on, for example, connections between the topics, on English speaking part instead of writing, but not 1 month before. What can somebody do 1 month before? It's, yeah. And this is something which only happens in Italy, because it's incredible. In Great Britain, America, all English-speaking countries, you are told what to do exactly since the beginning. No surprises. If you study that part, you go well. If you do this, this and that, it's okay, you'll go well, In Italy, you can study a lot, and then out of the blue, they decided to ask you somebody completely different, something completely different, by somebody who you didn't expect from. So, out of the blue vuol dire
all'improvviso.
Sì, di punto in bianco diremmo noi. Loro dicono out of the blue. Noi diremmo di punto in bianco, ti chiedono qualcosa che non c'entra un cavolo. Yeah. I know. But in the middle school, it's you, after all, you teachers in the commission. So, I mean, the children, you can
now the president is the same of the dirigent of the school.
Yeah.
And 3-4 years ago, the president of the exam was different.
An external person, yes. An external person, yes, out of the school. Now the headmaster of the school is also the president of the commission. So it's much easier.
is important for us.
Yes, it is. Both for the teachers and for the students.
Yes, but it's important
mainly for the teachers.
For us,
yeah,
because
for everyone, yeah.
Sometimes ask or have strange ideas. Another president.
Yes, they come from a different school, yes. And they sometimes give for granted that all the schools work like their own, and no, it doesn't work like that, you know. So they expect, their expectations can be different from, you know, the actual, yeah. So, what are your memories of your exams, Elisabetta? The exam you hated the most and the exam you liked the most.
I think that I hadn't an exam that I loved very much. I remember that my exam at high school was very bad, and in fact I finished my studies with a very low punteggio. Grade.
Or mark, yeah.
And I remember that for many years after the high school, I kept to dream my exam.
Nightmares about your exam.
Yes.
Nightmares. Oh my God.
In these last years, I have a very frequent nightmare about my years at my newspaper.
Why?
I don't know, but I see myself in a very difficult situations, and I am during my dream I think that I can't solve the situation. I don't know why, but it's my
nightmare. L'ho scritto sulla chat. Nightmare.
It's my nightmare. I remember. Perhaps I can remember a good exam at the University of Bologna. When I attended to ancient lettere antiche.
Literature, yes.
Literature. And I remember some good exams of Greek and one exam of history of contemporary art, and another one in contemporary history, because
modern history. No, maybe contemporary. Yeah, I was thinking modern history.
Modern history, because not only the text was very interesting, but also the professor was a very interesting man.
See, so that's what I told you before. The subject is always connected to the person.
You are right. You are right.
And if you admire and love the teacher, you automatically admire and love the subject.
Yes, it's true.
So, what have you brought? Pictures?
Oh, Maria, we have you have open my heart.
Oh yes,
my heart, and a lot of years ago, my important exam when I finished university. This one.
Wow, how nice.
This one with the
bello.
Very, very Maria.
How nice.
I put my photograph in
shelf.
shelf with a box. And today for you, I hope I remember.
Thank you. Good memories.
But 2 weeks ago, my new nipote,
nephew. Tu sei la zia, giusto?
Yes.
Nephew.
My nephew, my first nephew, finished and the university at Milan, and for me, it was mi sono commossa.
Moved. You were moved. Yes, it evoked.
And I remember my
yes, your own university exam.
Yes, very beautiful. Beautiful.
It evoked, volevo scrivervi evoked, ti ha ricordato, remembered, evoked, ti ha evocato, sì, esiste in italiano evocato, evocare, ti ha fatto ricordare good memories from your own university.
Maria, I finished my time.
You have to go. Okay. Thank you for being here, for having come to say goodbye. Bye, Anna Maria. Have a wonderful summer. If you want to do something during the summer, I'm here for you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
So, Elizabeth, it's only me and you today.
Yes,
everybody's so
difficult.
tired. Yes, I got a few messages saying, sorry, I can't come today. Sorry, I'm not able to. Sorry, I have a collegio docenti, and so on and so on.
But most of students of this course are teachers.
Teachers, yes, 99%
yes,
are teachers, yes. Because
I can't hear.
This organization are teachers. Yeah. But of course, everybody is very welcome, of course.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. But do you teach at Dante Alighieri School?
I've taught everywhere. I am part of the CPIA now. Yes, okay. I've taught kindergarten, primary, middle, secondary schools, and now I'm teaching adults. And officially, I am the CPIA, il CPIA covers all the province of Verona. And officially, I am a part of the Veronetta School, Duca d'Aosta, based in Duca d'Aosta. But they use me whenever it's necessary. So I have taught at Dante Alighieri School for many years. I've taught to Informa Giovani. I've taught everywhere. Ho insegnato dappertutto. And this year I am mainly online. Sono quasi completamente online because there wasn't anybody who wanted to work online, and I don't mind. It's okay. I find it comfortable, actually. I find it, yes, very, I know it's not the same as being in presence, but I don't really mind. It can be useful to be online.
Yes,
and, yeah.
You are right.
But nobody really wanted to. And, you know, when I was already used to it because my daughter, she attended 2 secondary schools, the Italian one, Liceo Scientifico here in Verona, and at the same time, a secondary school, an American secondary school in Miami, Florida. And oh, yes, she has a double degree, ha un doppio diploma. And the American school was all online. So she had all subjects, all the exams, or everything online. So she connected with the classes and she connected with the teachers and she did her homework and everything online. So I was used to it. And when the pandemic started, the first week we didn't really know what was really happening. We only knew the school was closed. So the first week I told my students, we can't have classes because the school is closed. But don't worry, we will make up for the missing classes. We can add a date at the end, for example. Instead of finishing at the end of May, we can finish on the first week of June. But then the second week, again, the school was closed. And I started to think we can never, make up for all the lessons we are losing because we're going to finish in August. And so I immediately tried online. The first in my school, I said, okay, listen, it's not difficult. My daughter used Zoom, so I adopted Zoom. And I sent the link to the people and I said, please try. It's very easy. You simply have to click on it and you'll be in the classroom. And I tried with some of them before, it worked. And so I immediately started to go on online because I couldn't miss all those classes. Well, some of my colleagues did, and the money was given back to the students, but I didn't want to. And so I immediately started online. And then it became obvious to everyone that they had to go on online. But when in September, the school opened again, there weren't enough classes for all of us because with a reduced number of children per class, a class which normally could contain 20, 30 children, now was only able to contain 10. And so there weren't spaces enough, there weren't rooms enough. So I said, okay, I leave you the space and the rooms. I continue online because nobody else really wanted to. And it proved a good idea because in December, the school had it closed again, And so we were online, we didn't mind, we went on, no problems for us. But for all the people who were in presence, that was a big problem because, again, there were, and so in the year 2021, 2022, I said, okay, I'll continue online. And most of my students asked me, let's go on online. So it's safer, no contacts with, possibilities of being, contamination and this kind of things. No problems if you miss a lesson because it's recorded and you can, make up for it. No problems if you have to go away. For example, Alfio was in Milan. He simply, got into the class from Milan. There are a number of advantages. And so I continued online. So I can't say I teach at Dante Alighieri, nor at Ducaros, or at anywhere else, because I am online, basically. But who knows next year? Who knows? Maybe.
I think that you work a lot.
Online, you mean?
Generally.
Generally, I work a lot because I've got two jobs. I am a teacher and a guide of the city as well.
Yes.
I work as a guide as well, yes.
And
in this period, we are getting crazy because all of a sudden, all the tourists are back, which is good, but and the school trips have started again from the middle of April, and they're all concentrated now in May. you know, normally school trips were spread during the year. Somebody came in September, October,
Yes.
somebody came in March, April, May. And this year, everybody May, plus many guides, you know, 2 years of no job, zero job, they became teachers or found another job. And so now we haven't got guides enough. 2 of us died as well, poor people. So we're not enough to cover the demand. We keep saying,
so.
sorry, there are no guides available on that morning. Could you come maybe in the afternoon? But everybody wants in the morning. So I'm working a lot. We are all working a lot in this period as guides, because yeah.
Do you prefer work as a teacher or as a guide, or both of them? As a teacher,
I love both of them.
Okay.
I am really very lucky because
Yes.
in a country like Italy, with a very high level of unemployment, I've got 2 jobs and I love both of them.
You are very, very lucky. Yes.
I am very lucky. I am really very lucky. I worked hard to, you know, get what I got, but I am very lucky all the same. Yes. But you know what? When you're only a teacher or when you're only a guide, you kind of fossilize, you know, you think only in a certain way. If you've got more than a job, you can't fossilize. You have to be more elastic and, you know, quicker and solve the problems and take care of many things all together. So it's quite challenging.
Cioè, sfida?
Sfida, sì, come si dice in italiano? È sfidante, no. Sì, è una sfida, but at the same time, it's I mean, it's a way to improve yourself, not to fossilize.
Yes, yes,
so, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So I'm really very lucky.
I think you are a very una persona appassionata, che si appassiona di quello che
passionate. Yes, I am very passionate. Whatever I do it with all myself.
Yes.
I could never, ever do something I don't believe in. Don't ask me to do something I don't believe in. Non chiedetemi di fare qualcosa in cui non credo, because I'm not able to do that.
I think that people realize that you are
passionate,
yes.
in love with your job.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
How many times have you been abroad?
Abroad?
Yes.
I can't say many times. Yes, not in the last 2 years though.
Yes, naturally. Yes, of course.
I haven't been abroad in the last 2 years. We had organized a home swap with a family a couple actually in Britain, but we couldn't go and they couldn't come, and you know, plus the family, my daughter's second family in Ireland was supposed to come over. Yes, she spent 1 year in Ireland as a student there, and she lived with this family, so it's her second family. And yes, second mother, second father, second, yes. And they consider her their daughter. If you ask them, how many children do you have? They would reply, they have 2 sons and an Italian daughter. The Italian daughter is my daughter.
Nice. Nice.
Because after a year, you know, the relationship becomes so close that it's like if you are really part of that family. So they were supposed to come over, but they couldn't. And my daughter was supposed to go over to meet them, but she couldn't. they're coming in July, hopefully. Let's cross fingers.
Yes.
Hopefully, speriamo. Hopefully, let's cross fingers. They're coming in July. And I don't know when she'll be able to go up to Ireland again, but she will do that sooner or later.
What is your favorite country abroad?
To be honest, my favorite country is Italy.
Yes, but
I love Ireland abroad. Yes, you specified abroad. I love Ireland because I mainly love Irish people. They're very easygoing, friendly, generous, you know, I really like Irish people. So as a consequence, I also like Ireland a lot.
Yes.
It's a nice country, but I mean, Great Britain is a nice country as well. There are many nice countries, but you know, when you feel you're welcomed or I don't know, by the people, it makes that difference, which makes it
yes,
the place. Yeah.
I've never been to inland. I've never been. I've never gone to London. I've never gone to London because I dislike English people. On the contrary, I like Irish people, and I was in Ireland some years ago, about 5 years ago, if I remember, and I liked Belfast more than Dublin.
Oh, really? Why?
Because because I appreciated, for example, in Italian we say murales.
Sorry, the frescoes. The frescoes, the paintings on the walls.
Yes.
Yeah, murales. It's okay. Yeah.
And I like.
Yeah, there are many of them in Belfast. Yeah.
Yes. And I remember a very fine garden, but I don't remember the name of it. Perhaps I saw only a little part of Dublin, because I was in a tour with un viaggio organizzato.
Yeah, with other people. Yes.
With other people.
So you're talking about Dublin or Belfast?
No. I prefer Belfast.
Yes.
Ma volevo dire,
where is this garden with the murales?
If I remember in Belfast, but my memory is quite bad.
Okay, let me check.
It may be that I mi sbagli, that I'm wrong.
No, don't worry. Oh, there it is. Garden with murales, Belfast.
No, I murales è un giardino. I remember a murales.
Okay, let's share the screen so you can see it as well.
Yes.
Murals of West Belfast.
Ecco, Bobby Sands.
Murals of Falls Road. In Falls Road. Ah, vabbè. This is a tour of the murals. Yes, anyway, there are many murals in Belfast. Yeah.
But I remember that in Dublin, I saw a very famous library.
The Trinity College?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, so there are many murals in Belfast. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? There's a village up in the Dolomites. It's called Cibiana, where I'll show you if I can find it. Cibiana di Cadore, where every house is painted with the murals.
Wonderful.
It's really wonderful. It's see in all see all the houses
Yes.
are painted with murals, and yeah, they say the village which tells its story, its history, because in every house there's a murals showing what the people living there used to do as a job.
Okay.
This kind of thing, but in the past. So they are all traditional jobs and so on. Now I want the images. Wait a second. Images. So you see, for example, yes,
nice.
here, yes, there was La Bottega, a food shop. They sold the salamis, candies, and so on and so on. Or here there was, what was it? A family in fuga, escaping family. Probably there was a fire, probably. There was probably,
yes,
probably a fire, or this was a blacksmith. Blacksmith è qualcuno che lavora il ferro. So you see, in this house there were farmers, contadini, here in this house.
I didn't know that. It's very interesting. Very
nice. In this house there was a man collecting logs of wood for the winter, and somebody making sandals or repairing shoes.
Okay.
That here there was a man probably growing or selling or buying horses. And what was this? A mechanic or something like that. I don't know, some of them are really very nice. Some of them, if you don't know what they represent, it's difficult to know.
It's a different kind of picture.
Yes, yes, so they were all made by different people. There's one made by a Japanese artist, but it's not, let me see. Cibiana di Cadore. Japanese artist. Maybe this one. No. Anyway, he did such a beautiful murals. This is, look how nice. A man holding a baby. This is not a real window. It's only painted on the wall.
Yes, it's true.
But it's nice.
It's a trompe-l'oeil.
Trompe-l'oeil, exactly. What about this one? Some of them are really very nice. So go and visit the Cibiana di Cadore if you like. If you like murals.
It's a very good idea. But where were you born?
Sorry? Where is Cibiana?
No, no, no. Where, dove sei nata? Non si dice where you go.
Yes, yes, I
where?
couldn't hear you. I was born in Calalzo di Cadore, which
ecco.
is, yes, not far from Cibiana. And yes, I was born near here, yes.
That's why you know this,
yes,
this land so well.
Look how nice.
Very well.
Yeah, some of them are really very nice. And every year they add the new ones. Ogni anno ne aggiungono di nuovi.
Che bello.
Yes. A medieval knight. Cavaliere medievale. Yeah. Yeah, some of them are really very nice. Yeah.
But where is Cibiana? Is it near, for example, I don't know, Cortina, no?
Yes, it's not far from Cortina. From Tai di Cadore, if you go towards Cortina, halfway, there's a diversion which brings you to Cibiana di Cadore.
Okay.
I'll show you. So you see, this is the road which brings to Cortina. At a certain point, there's a diversion, a smaller road, which brings you to Cibiana.
Okay.
Better do it in summertime, because in wintertime it's difficult to get to there.
I think that in the summer there, this Cibiana is very, very beautiful.
Yes, it is. All the area is very, very nice.
Yes.
The whole area is very, very nice. Because it's in the mountains, you know, and so you see, from Tai di Cadore,
yes,
you go towards Cortina, and you know, halfway, yes, let's say halfway, there's a diversion, a small road which brings you to Cibiana.
I think that you prefer mountains to sea.
No, I love the sea.
Yes.
I love the seaside. Yes. Okay. I love the mountains as well, but I love the seaside as well. See where Cibiana is. And yeah. Yes. In wintertime, I definitely prefer the mountains.
Yes.
You can go skiing, the snow is beautiful, and so on. The sea is, I find it sad in wintertime.
Yes, yes, it's true.
But even if it's still fascinating, seaside is also fascinating in wintertime. But it kind of depresses you.
Yes, you are right.
On the contrary, the mountain with the snow and the sun, wow, fantastic, fantastic.
But can you ski?
Yeah, yes, I could. I haven't been skiing for the last 3 years, and so it's not something you forget, of course, but you know, when I was a teenager, I had a ski lift pass, and I often went to ski. But then I went to university to Venice, so I didn't buy the ski pass anymore. I went to ski only every now and then. Then, you know, I came to Verona, so I can ski, downhill ski. I can also cross country ski.
Yes, yes, I see.
I prefer downhill ski. It's more exciting.
Yes,
but I haven't done it for 3 years by now, so I'm not sure I will start again. Because when you're 60, you know, if you fall down, you can hurt yourself very much.
Yes.
When you're a teenager, you fall down, get up again, fall down,
Yes,
get
yes,
up
it-
again,
yes,
fall down, get up again. But when you're 60 and you fall down,
yes.
can be very
It's
painful.
very different.
Yes, so I'm not sure I'll go skiing again. But in any case, I love the mountains in wintertime.
Yes, yes.
I love them any period of any season, of course. But yes, the seaside, I prefer the seaside in summer. In summer, I prefer to go to the sea
Yes, yes, me too.
because it's connected to good memories for me. I always spent the summertime on the seaside. So yes, even the mountains is it's very nice to go walking in the mountains in summertime. It's not too hot and yeah. But if I have to choose, I would choose seaside in summer and definitely mountains in winter.
I think that mountains is very, very interesting.
Suitable. No, interesting, yeah.
Volevo dire adatto, ma I don't remember the word.
Yeah, suitable for
people who can ski. I tried to ski many years ago when I was
younger.
Younger, but I was afraid of ski, and
yes,
and for
it's
example,
like, yeah,
excuse me,
like skating and so on. It's important to learn it when you are a child or a teenager,
yes.
and you're not scared of
No,
hurting yourself, because the older you get and the more scared that you are of hurting yourself. And when you're scared that you
yes.
get rigid, and it's even easier to be to fall down and get hurt. So yeah.
I remember that I started to ski when I was 12, and I was afraid, and my first problem was the ski lift, because yes, because I didn't know when was the right time to get off, scendere.
Yeah, to get off, yeah.
And it was terrible for me.
It made you nervous.
Nervous and very anxious.
I liked the ski lift. It was relaxing, no need to concentrate on skiing. Just let go, and it pulled you up. I found it very relaxing.
Now you are right. I invite you. I invite you,
I invite you. I invite you. Yes. Yeah. But yes, it can be yeah, worrying, when to get off. If you do it too soon, you might fall down. If you do it too late, you might be.
Yes.
But there are people there whose job is to check. If you go too far, they would stop the ski lift. So it's not really dangerous. It's only a state of mind.
Yes, it's true, but you must know that I'm a very apprehensive person.
Yeah, and you count on yourself. You don't count on the others.
Yes, it's true.
On the contrary, I'm always very confident on other people. If I can't take care of something, I know there will be someone who will help me.
No, yes, it's true.
Yeah. So
For example,
Okay.
excuse me, I'm scared of flying.
Yes, I'm terrified of
Ah,
flying. If I could walk to some place instead of flying there, I would walk.
yes.
First time I took the plane was to go to Japan. Up to that moment, I managed to go by train, by car, by motorhome. But to go to Japan, I had to take the plane.
You couldn't.
And I couldn't sleep the night before. I got on the plane something like, we left Milan at around midday and went to Amsterdam because it was KLM, the Dutch company. In Amsterdam, we boarded the plane to go to Narita Airport in Tokyo. And the flight lasted 18 hours. So I didn't sleep that night. And when I got there, it was something like evening for me, early morning for them. So I couldn't sleep there as well, because where could I go to sleep at something like 10 o'clock in the morning? And so I didn't sleep for 3 days. I was so exhausted.
You were
so exhausted.
I think so.
I was really exhausted. But the flight was good. It was perfect. On the way back, it was okay till Amsterdam. The flight, Narita Airport, Tokyo Airport to Amsterdam was perfect. But then from Amsterdam to Milan, first of all, we were already on board. Then when there was an announcement saying, please get off as quick as possible without rushing. So everybody, don't take anything with you, just get off. So everybody was drove off quickly, not running, but quickly. We couldn't even take our bags, nothing. We were not allowed to take anything, simply quick, get off, get off, get off, because there had been an alarm or a bomb. And we hadn't finished to get off that the dogs, were already inside the aircraft, sniffing to find possible, bombs. And so the flight was delayed of about 1 hour. And then they declared that they hadn't found any bomb. And we were back on board and ready to leave. And, 1 hour, if there was a bomb, that would be the exact time it would have, exploded over the Alps. So I was, oh my God, they didn't find the bomb. I hope there really wasn't a bomb. It was a false alarm, because if it was a true alarm and they couldn't find the bomb, we were going to blow up. But that was okay. Then when we were over the Alps, a storm.
Oh, man. A terrible flight.
Yes, a terrible flight. There was a thunderstorm. I could see lightning, passing always from, and the pilot made an announcement, please fasten your seatbelts. So we fastened our seatbelts. So the plane was really, going up and down, and then immediately afterwards, all the craft is also required to fasten the seatbelts. There was a hostess next to me. She immediately sat down on the seat next to me and fastened her seatbelt. And I asked her, does it often happen? And she said, it's the first time I do it. And the plane really, went down very, very low under the clouds, just over the trees. I thought I could touch the top of the trees to avoid the thunderstorm, per evitare la tempesta. Down under the clouds, but at very short distance from the tops of the trees in the mountains, you know. And so, my God, that was a horrible flight.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, if instead of being traveling back from Japan, this would have been my flight towards Japan from Milan to Amsterdam, I would have stopped at Amsterdam, taken a train and came back home.
Yes. Yes.
Se fosse
Well
successo
done.
andata, ti giuro, io ad Amsterdam avrei preso il treno, sarei tornata a casa.
Yes, yes.
The ongoing flight was perfect. This was the flight back. And so there wasn't much I could do, you know. My God, I'm terrified of
bet, yes, I think so. I think that you couldn't ever forget this experience.
I will never forget it. I thought I was going to die. When the plane really, headed down very quickly, we were, like this. I thought, oh, we're going to precipitate. We're going to die.
Yes.
There were people screaming,
Yes.
Because all of a sudden, it was made on purpose to avoid the thunderstorm. Aveva fatto apposta per evitare
per evitare la tempesta.
But it was such a steep decrease that we thought we were going to precipitate. It was a nightmare.
Yes, I think so. I think so.
And if I only have to go to anywhere in Europe, I wouldn't fly. I would go by train or by car.
Yes.
But I had to fly to go to Australia, for example, Singapore. What could I do? You can't go there, by boat or by plane, by car or whatever. So, but I'm terrified.
Yes, it's impossible to be like this.
Scared. Yes. Yeah. Because something, it's out of your control, you can't control it. By car, I mean, it's in your control. And you keep thinking, I know there are more people dying on car crashes than on plane accidents. But nevertheless, you keep thinking, if I have a car crash, I can still, manage to get out of it. Plane, if there's a plane crash, what can you do? You're dead. There's nothing you can do. The possibilities, yes, of surviving are so few that so I'm really terrified of planes. On the contrary, my daughter was brought up flying. She doesn't care in the least. She flew Italy to Ireland, I don't know how many times, to New York, to Australia, with us, Singapore. Yes, like all young people.
Yes, yes. Like her.
For me. Yeah, new generation.
Yes.
Plane is a very common means of transport for them.
Yes, I think so. For example, at the 3rd of June, I go
on the 3rd of June.
On the 3rd of June, I go for 6 days in Puglia with come si dice, un viaggio organizzato, I don't remember.
An organized tour.
With
a group tour organized by an agency. Yeah.
Yes, group tour.
And you fly there.
Yes, I live from Villafranca. In this case, can I say I will live, no?
I'm going to leave Villafranca.
I'm going to leave.
Anzi, meglio ancora, we are going to leave Villafranca.
We are going to leave to Villafranca, and we are going to arrive to Bari after an hour and a quarter.
1 hour and a half. Yes.
And a half.
Yeah.
Yes, the time is short, but I'm afraid.
But you know what I think? Okay, the flight is short, but you have to be at the airport at least 1 hour before. And then when you get to the airport, it's out of the city center. So you need to go to the city center. So, you know, it doesn't make such a great difference after all. Yes, of course, if you had to drive, that would be much longer. But by train, there are very fast bullet trains lately, and they're very fast, but not to Puglia, maybe no, not to Puglia.
But I think that to
For
arrive.
example, if you wanted to go from Verona to Rome, it's definitely better by train.
Yes.
Even Naples, definitely better by train. Yes. Because by the time you go to the airport 1 hour before, you know, fly to Rome, you are at the airport, you have to go to the city center, it's faster by train.
Yes, so inoltre, I don't remember.
Moreover,
I must leave at a very, very bad hour, because my flight is at 7:35 on the morning, and I must
in the morning at 7:35. Oh my God!
And
at least it's from Villafranca.
Yes.
Almeno da Villafranca, dai. If it were from Milan, maybe
no,
Milan.
yes. Oh sì, però in Italian we say è una rottura.
Yes, it's a real nuisance.
I know it's a
nuisance. È una vera scocciatura, nuisance. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, because if the flight leaves at 7:30, you must be there at least at 6:30.
Yes.
To do the check-in and everything. And that means you have to wake up at 5:30, but only because it's Villafranca. If it were Milano Linate.
Pazzesco.
Yeah, would be.
It would be worse.
Much worse, yes.
Much worse.
Yeah. And then from Bari, where do you go?
We go in many parts of Puglia, because we will visit Bari, Otranto, Lecce, Castel del Monte.
So the historical cities.
Yes.
You're not going to the seaside.
No, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
no. But I never seen Puglia, and it was a dream.
It's very nice. Otranto, Bari, they're very nice places. Yeah. But also the sea is nice.
Lo so.
Why couldn't you stay maybe 1 week longer by yourself to the seaside?
But I can't stay alone.
Why not?
Because I always think that I can't essere all'altezza, come si dice.
Cope with it. I can't cope with it. Why can't you cope with it? Sì, to cope with something, essere all'altezza di far qualcosa. Why not?
Because I'm afraid of everything. No, yes, it's true. it's true.
Mm.
I always have been like that, and now that I am quite old, the situation is
Yeah, you feel yes, unsure, and yeah.
unsure. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind. I like being alone. Sometimes I really need it. You know, I'm always among the people all the time. Sometimes I think, oh,
Yeah, no, it's true. Yes,
all
yes.
alone. Beautiful.
You are right.
Maybe for a week, I can go all by myself wherever I want to, for as long as I want to.
Yes, it's true. Ma io non sono in grado di farlo.
You can't do that. Okay, Elisabetta. So thank you for being with me today.
Thank
See
you.
you tomorrow.
Thank you to you.
Are you coming tomorrow?
But I don't remember. No, because tomorrow I must go to the second
Meeting?
therapy, to the second physiotherapy, because I have a big problem to my left shoulder. And then at the end,
5:30 to 7. 5:30 to 7. Once you finish by 5:30 to 7 p.m. Dalle 5:30 alle 7.
No, mi sono spiegata, ma I explained myself very badly.
Yeah.
Because this physiotherapy is at 2:15, but yes, but at the end of this, I want to go to the Circolo del Cinema at Cinema K2, because there is an interesting film.
Film club.
And at the end of the film, I want to hear, to listen to an Italian politician, Stefano Bonaccini. Do you know him?
No, is he one of the candidates as mayor for Verona? È uno dei candidati.
No, è uno che appoggia. Allora, Bonaccini is governatore. È il governatore dell'Emilia Romagna.
Ah, ok.
È il governatore dell'Emilia Romagna who supports Damiano Tommasi.
Ah, ok. Okay. Are you going to vote for Tommasi?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
So
okay, so physiotherapist, film club, political talk meeting. Okay, because we're going to decide that tomorrow, in tomorrow's lesson, so we have to decide how to make up for the lesson we missed last Thursday. So if it's better to add a Thursday to the calendar, dobbiamo decidere come recuperare la lezione che abbiamo. So, ok, ma penso che la cosa più semplice sia aggiungere giovedì prossimo. Sì, perché domani sarebbe l'ultimo e vabbè, faremo una lezione in più.
Mi mancheranno le tue lezioni?
Everybody says so. Yes, but in September we can, do it again.
Okay.
Only for the summer. There's a summer break.
It's necessary for you.
Yes, it's necessary. Yes. Well deserved. Well deserved. Meritatissime.
Yes. You are right. You are right.
Okay, so thank you, Elisabetta. See you next week then. See you next week. Bye.
Yes. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Maria Pia.
Bye. Bye.